Hey, creative scholars. I wanted to talk to you all about listening skills. We've been working on listening skills for this past week. We're supposed to be. You should have chosen your skill last week. You should have reflected on it Wednesday and then again tomorrow. So I'm going to share the three skills I've been working on all week so that you all know that I take this very seriously. I'm not just giving you an assignment just to give you an assignment, but a lot of times the assignments I give you, I do too so that I can grow because it's all about growth. So the first skill that I've been working on is keeping an open mind when I'm listening. And I especially have been working on this week with you guys. I think I always keep an open mind, but I especially was thinking about it in terms of when we're having our class discussion. A lot of times, at least one person in the class during the discussion presents an idea that comes from their perspective that, when I'm in my lane of, kind of how I think as somebody that's, in their 40s as opposed to a teenager, I could limit understanding. So I make sure that I keep an open mind, or I made sure that I kept an open mind as I was listening to you guys discuss the various topics and quotes that we did in class. So I was very conscious of making sure that I listened and didn't, go to my side of how I would think of it and just totally listen and gave up to listening to what you guys had to say. My second listening skill that I worked on this week is asking questions to ensure understanding and clarity. So I think I do that often. However, I was much more focused on it this week, and I especially remember when I was at a meeting for my son that was talking about summer opportunities for high schoolers, which I'm going to talk to some of you all about because, over the summer, I feel that young people should be as busy as possible. So I'll share some of what I learned. But I definitely asked for clarification. There was information shared that was very important, but I wanted to make sure I understood exactly the connections that they were making and the suggestions they were making for teams. And the third skill that I worked on that I would say is most challenging for me is imposing solutions, imposing solutions when someone shares. And that's something that I especially need to be cognizant of, especially with young people, because I think being motherly and maternal, young people come to you, whether it's a personal situation or, something that they're dealing with academically, and you immediately want to pose solutions. So this week, especially with my 15-year-old, he's talking to me about academics as well as social situations. And I just listened, more than I spoke, because basically, I think all of us want to be heard. A lot of times when people share with you, they just want to be heard. And especially if they're not asking, for your viewpoint or your opinion, then we do best by attentively listening to them. And if for some reason we're invited to share, then perhaps we do. But um, I especially know that I can work on this when dealing with peers and young people. But this week specifically, I was very focused on making sure I was aware of the fact that I needed to just listen. No coming up with a solution, no trying to solve somebody's so-called problem. Because sometimes people share with you, it sounds like a problem, but they just need to share. So I challenge you all to share on Google Classroom in writing, which I did too. Please look at my post on Google Classroom. And also share in the post with this video what listening skill or skill you worked on this week and how you have been doing. And there's no wrong, if you weren't successful, that's fine to share. There's nothing wrong. There's no right or wrong as to how you share. I just would like you, share how you think you did and maybe give something, why or what you gained from it. So I look forward to reading your progress and your reflection. See you guys later.